Solomon R. Guggenheim Museum here in New York City on 5th Avenue. It's completed in 1959 and 50 years later is still one of New York City's most famous and visible landmarks. Now, if this were a show about architecture, some professional would continue this voiceover and give you a variety of facts and figures about the building, and he would explain it to you in great detail, much more so than I could ever give you. What I can tell you is that Frank Lloyd Wright, one of America's greatest architects, designed this building over a period of 15 years and using over 700 sketches for a specific purpose. They wanted it to stand out for 50 years plus, to the point where in 2009, this building is still one of the most futuristic looking buildings in the city. With that in mind, I'd like to share with you guys Volkswagen. Yeah, that's a Volkswagen over there. And if that doesn't look like any Volkswagen you've ever seen, it's because it's really much, much prettier than any Volkswagen I've ever seen. That's the Passat CC Comfort Coupe. Today on Garage419, we're going to talk about how this car fits into the new emerging segment of four-door coupes. As usual, there was a problem. See, my bosses were a little upset that I like to take the press cars home all the time and just keep them to myself. So they said, Matt, you want to keep the Passat CC for the weekend? Well, you got to drive my cousin up to Boston to get some clam chowder. Apparently he's never had clam chowder. That's not the problem. The real problem...
Hey, guten Morgen, wie geht es dir?
He didn't speak any English. Oh my God. Back there? Do you like it back there? Is it nice?
Ah, okay.
It's good?
Okay.
Is there big in the back seat?
Platz, ja, sehr viel Platz.
Good?
Good space.
Oh,
yes.
Good space. All right. Oh, that's actually a nice church. Actually, it is kind of baller. So you've never had clam chowder? No clam chowder?
Nein,
no?
Ich habe nicht gegessen. Das Clam Chowder.
What do you eat over in Germany?
Was?
What kind of food? What do you eat in Germany?
Schnitzel. Ja.
Schnitzel, yeah. Well,
Und
that makes sense. A lot of sausage and beer.
Ja, sehr viel Bier.
Yeah, beer. You know that word, don't you?
Yeah.
On the way out of New York City, this particular car was only averaging about 18 miles per gallon, indicated by the dashboard gauge. And the Germans seemed to have a very strange obsession with the headrests. I had to ditch it. Hey man, you want to go grab me like some beef jerky and a Fresca or something?
Was? Ich verstehe Sie nicht. Was?
Beef jerky. Beef.
Was?
Just a drink.
Ah, okay.
Just a drink, all right? Cool. Jesus. It's like dealing with an animal or something. Volkswagen claims this car gets 17 miles per gallon city, 25 miles per gallon highway. Unfortunately, for a car that's as aerodynamic as looking as this, it's really not that great. I would expect more. Fortunately, they have the 2.0 turbo option in addition to this V6, which gets substantially better gas mileage, over 30 on the highway. I'm gonna lose that weirdo German though, so see you.
Was ist los mit dir?
I'm sorry, man. I just, I didn't want to I didn't want to leave you. It's like, okay, but listen. You don't speak any English. What are you gonna do? I'm trying to review a car here.
Ich habe verkauft jetzt das
I
Essen.
wanted a beverage. All right, fine. You know what? Let me show you something down here.
Was?
No, look. Take a look.
Was?
It's cool. Take a look. No, take a look. Now that we're on the highway, cruising towards Boston, and I have my German friend in the trunk. I'm going to take this time to tell you a few of the things that I like about this Volkswagen Passat CC. When you're thinking about a family sedan, and you're thinking Camry, Accord, Malibu, Hyundai Genesis even, you're thinking that form follows function. These cars have to be roomy, comfortable, get good fuel economy, you know, behave themselves in the snow, have good visibility, and be transportation for a wide variety of drivers. But like the Guggenheim, the Passat is the round building in a sea of boxes. For its size, it's roomy inside. It's got a ton of leg room. As I've said in the past, the stuff that you touch is really the most important part of any interior. The steering wheel, the shifter knob, the pedals, seats, and your armrest kind of area over here. If those are good, any other flaw in the interior could really be overlooked. This car, the CC, has a great steering wheel. The driving position's good, the size is right, the balance of it is good. We've got seats that are absolutely best in class. They're actually out of the Euro spec Scirocco, and they have a really nice side bolstering job. And actually, although the seats are all black leather in our test car, there's a two-tone option that looks way cooler, which I would definitely get. The nav is very clear and concise. It's easy to set up using the new for this year touch screen. Although the car's slippery shape allows it to cheat the wind in terms of aerodynamics and exterior wind noise, you get an abundance of noise coming from up front of the V6s. It's actually one of the noisier cars I've heard. In fact, the engine almost completely drowns out, shut up! Almost completely drowns out the sound of the German I have locked in my trunk.
Get out!
Unfortunately, the CC does have its faults. They happen to be in the driveline, really not where you want them to be, at least for me. The transmission is a standard 6-speed Tiptronic, whereas the European models get the DSG. Bad call, okay? Bad call all around. The 2.0T engine, which is a fantastic engine, is only available in front-wheel drive. If you want all-wheel drive, you have to get the V6 and you have to get the automatic transmission. That's a huge mistake, because this car, given the right engine transmission combination, could be a fantastic performance car. Function clearly follows form. Things are sacrificed in the name of looking good. What do I mean by that? Well, the rear window, really small, making a backup camera an absolute necessity for parallel parking. Okay? The rear seat, if you're over 6 feet, you can fit, but you're not gonna like it. And these side view mirrors over here are this really nice little teardrop shape that I love looking at, but doesn't actually help me see any better. Do I care about any of that? No. Why don't I care? Because this thing looks badass. This car, this Passat CC, is the Guggenheim. It is the round, futuristic, and kind of scary looking building in a sea of really boring boxes.
Frog and I had a bet, I lost, and this is payback. By losing this bet, you've given me an opportunity to teach people about cars using the most tried and true method of all, primal urge. It's all about not being a severe driver. And sometimes we have to remind ourselves. Sensitivity training.
That was good. Look, if I'm gonna drive 3 hours up to Boston from New York for the best clam chowder in America, Union Oyster House is the place I'm gonna go. I'll tell you something right now, this place is known for two things. One, it's the oldest operating restaurant in America, and two, that creamy white stuff everybody loves. Clam chowder, you dirty people, stop thinking like that. Now listen, let's get to the point. Passat CC. If what you want is a good car with a little more style than a Camry or Accord or Malibu is prepared to offer you, it's an excellent option. On the other hand, if you're a driver like me, you're gonna want something with a little more involvement. You're gonna want a manual transmission or DSG. You're gonna want some really entertaining engine options. Otherwise, what you have is a comfy, stylish, wannabe Mercedes. And that's fine for a lot of people. Not for me though, which is okay. But I got a German in the trunk. He wants some clam chowder. Oh, whoa. You all right? No, take that. Just get back in there. Creepy Germans, God. I'm going back to New York. I'm Matt Farah. You guys have been watching Garage419. See you next week.